This great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that, but that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to run again here with Pollard. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. But man, his first throw nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one, 28 yards on the ground. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On play action, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he'll be marked out right at the 20-yard line. this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap. Fields locates Hardman for another catch. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. His second catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Shotgun, they run with Barkley. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. From the gun, here's Fields. Rolling to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. Dancing to his left. And that's incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mariota. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
I certainly didn't like what he said. All from the coverage of his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to a safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage is in lockdown mode everywhere.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Saquon Barkley, 66 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Shifts by him, and some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tony Pollard, 79 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 14-7. 14, Bears 7. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Falcons 14, Bears 7.
This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Pollard again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 126 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. the middle with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Touchdown, Bears! Noah Fant, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Mariota. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Mariota. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes left side. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 168 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you want big runs like that at any time. Here you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Slot man moves right. Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. That's caught left side by Hardman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Fields. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the first and goal.
Barkley will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action now. Mariota. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. He spins free. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Boye Mafe coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run left with Pollard. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Mariota to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The slot man in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields completes it to Hardman. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Fields. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Airing it out deep for Woods. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Mariota. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First down, Mariota. Pass incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Chicago. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down, Mariota. Flustered, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dietrich Wise Jr. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Mariota now from the 50. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Levi Onwuzurike picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Roquan Smith. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off-play action, Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Quez Watkins, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bears up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this.
He's got a man complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Touchdown! A great play there. 33 yards.
And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead now down to 20. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Mecole Hardman, 44 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he returns this to the 22.
One last shot now for Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes.